Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us at this webinar. Today, we're going to be presenting Redwood in supply chain management. Again, this is a webinar about Redwood and adoption of Redwood in your Oracle Fusion process. And with me today, we have Vimal, but I'll get to that in a moment. This is being presented to you by NexInfo. If you go to the next slide, please. I'll give you a little information about NexInfo. We were founded about 27 years ago, and we've been doing this for a good long time. As you can see from our domain experience, we cover most all the different domains that you can implement in Oracle Fusion, everything from supply chain management, financials, customer experience, and also systems integrations and extensions. We have offices from West Coast to East Coast in Orange County, also in Chicago, Illinois, and Cary, North Carolina, among others. We have an office in Canada, one in Europe, and also three offices in India. So we have many consultants that can help you in most everything that you need to do, whether it be from implementation of the system to integrations to support and managed services. There's over 500 Oracle customers that we've serviced in the past since 2000. Additionally, we have 550 employees and consultants. We also have many awards and accolades, as you can see there, and we've also been recently interviewed in CIO review. So, next slide, please. So this particular topic came up during the users group meeting in Orlando, and it got some very good traction. So we thought we'd bring it back today. And the presenter there was Vimal. So Vimal has many years in Oracle Fusion and EBS and implementing cloud and other modules in the Oracle processes. He's been our leader in Redwood adoption and AI enablement for NexInfo. Additionally, he is an ACE presenter, which means that he has done this before. For many years, he's been a certified project management and is also the star presenter of the year at Ascend previously. So, regular speaker, he is an author on these particular subjects, and I'm very happy to present to you Vimal Manimozhi, and he will be going through Redwood adoption. Thank you, Vimal. Go ahead.
Thank you, Pat. Thanks for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So let's start the topic with the agenda. So we are going to cover on this Redwood topic is like how the Redwood strategic alignment Oracle is moving forward and what is Oracle is offering on this Redwood. What is the roadmap Oracle is followed in the past and what is in the future roadmap, and what is our adoption strategy, the NexInfo adoption strategy for Redwood. And we are taking a business use case from a US customer, how we adopted the Redwood, how we transformed their business process into the Redwood, what are the challenges we faced, and the lessons learned, and the key takeaway from that business case. Yeah, let's start with the Redwood. So I think many of you know about the Redwood, and some of you might not aware what is Redwood at all, and some of you already started using the Redwood. So I'm just covering with this slide with what is Redwood, why Oracle is moving towards Redwood. If the Oracle application is already a modern application, why they are moving to another transformation. Oracle classical UI pages are built with ADF user interface, which is little harder to modernize and extend. The extension effort is little high. You need to go through the lot of testing, adoption strategy, and the approach for your classical ADF page. And in case if you are adding an external component or external page, something like the VBCS page or OPEX page, when the user is moving from one screen to another screen, the pages developed from other technology like VBCS or the Apex will visibly appear like it's a kind of it's another page. It's not belongs to the Fusion. So to make it consistent across the Fusion application. So this Redwood concept has been brought in. And also the classical pages was not designed for all device. It's mostly working good for system, but sometimes some pages is not working well for tablets or mobile. So now the Redwood pages are developed keeping that challenges in mind, and it work across all the devices. And when coming to the innovation of the Fusion applications, of course, Oracle is introducing many new features, new functionality into the application, but not majorly catching up with the recent development like AI or any other UX related modernization. So to make a platform where to introduce all the new features and upcoming modern user experience, this platform has been introduced along with the AI introduction. Yeah. So Oracle decided to have that strategy for future, and they are planning to keep all the existing or classical UI pages retirement plan for each pillars and modules. So we'll see that Oracle roadmap plan in the upcoming slide. But yeah, the keeping the future strategy in mind, Oracle is going towards the Redwood for all the modules. So now we understand why Oracle is moving towards Redwood. Now let us see what actually this Redwood offers. As we've seen, this Redwood give a modern user interface. It intuitive, customer grade design, fewer clicks, a lot of guided journeys where user can go and get some guidance from the guided journeys, and simplified navigation. So when the classical page is having some 10 clicks, now Oracle is approaching towards to minimize these clicks and faster towards the transaction completion. And Oracle started embedding the AI, like we have Gen AI, we have AI agents, predictive AI, all those different kind of AI has been started including in this Redwood. And Oracle introduced many new KPIs and analytics. So far, we have OTPA report and BA reports to see those analytic and KPI information. But now with this new Redwood, this KPI and analytics has been enhanced better, and you will get the more useful KPI for the business. And yeah, roadmap alignment, all the new features, all the AI capabilities, all the innovations, all will be shipped with Redwood. So yeah, so moving towards the Redwood is the better option, and is the, I would say, right option for from now onwards for all our Fusion customers. And strategically, from transaction to the intelligent is the shift what Oracle is moving towards. Just from creating the transactions and keeping the instance just as a record. Now, we are moving towards the era of like enables the modern user experience and also the AI-driven business experience with this Redwood offers. We have seen the different AI Oracle has introduced in Fusion application. Let us see what are the different AI we have in Redwood, and what it actually benefit to our Fusion business. The predictive AI, which performs the specific tasks by recognizing the patterns in data, which predict the outcomes, which detect the anomalies, and providing the recommendations based on the past records. The predictive AI, actually, Oracle started introducing the predictive AI starting from 2020, but all the new predictive AI are shipped with Redwood AI. So far, whatever the predictive AI you already have in your Fusion applications should work in your Fusion application, but all the new predictive AI Oracle is going to introduce from now will be shipped with Redwood. The generative AI, I think we started getting this some of the generative AI from 2023 end onwards, and we have a lot of Gen AI in across all the SAM modules, and it creates new content based on the given prompts. like it help you to summarize the content. It assist authoring your text, and also some answering the questions based on the questions you ask to the generative AI. And in the recent past, maybe from past 6 to 8 months, Oracle started into introducing a lot of AI agents, which give you a more complex scenario based helpful, yeah, assistance to the business. For example, it'll open a chatbot where you can query your details, your supplier or invoice details from the AI agents, and it'll help you to even create the transaction from the chatbot itself. So Oracle started just with the inquiry agents. Now it advanced a lot, and you can create the transaction from AI agents, and even you can run through the complete process flow from end to end with the recent development called agentic apps. And that's what I mentioned in the bottom. Oracle started with the AI agents, and they have introduced agent teams, and then workflow agents. Now agentic apps. With these agentic apps, you will see the combination of different AI agents across across the module with all the sub process, where you can start creating your master data, and then you complete your all your transaction cycle workflow till posting that into the GL. So we are moving rapidly towards using the agentic application instead of using the classical page. So all this development shipped through the Redwood process. And when we started including the AI agents into the Oracle Fusion application, the biggest worry or biggest concern is the security of the data. Like if we are exposing our Fusion application to the external agents or the external LLM models, uh, the worry of a business will be like, is our data will be exposed to the outside world? Is it secured? If it is secured, like what all the data will be accessed by the LLM? Those kind of questions will come. So to address those questions, Oracle hosted those LLM inside Oracle OCI, where our Oracle applications is also hosted. So there is no question of exposing our data outside of Oracle Cloud. So where Oracle addressed that security question, and moving fast towards evolving the Oracle agents to the next generation. This is the current Oracle SEM module coverage in Redwood. So I have listed down some of the most key modules of SEM: inventory, manufacturing order management, procurement, the product lifecycle management, self-service, and the supply chain planning. So far with this Redwood transformation for SEM, we got almost 1,000 Redwood features has been introduced in Oracle SEM. In that, almost 389 is needed action. Like we need to enable some setup or do some opt-in, or through the VBCS services, we need to enable them. Then only it'll the Redwood features will be enabled in the system. All other remaining 400 features will be come along with the Redwood without doing any action. And in that, out of 1,000, there are almost 40 large impact pages has been introduced. When I say large impact, the complete page, that either the transaction page or the master page, will be revamped revamped in a big way, where you visibly see a lot of changes from the screen, and you need some kind of training to initially understand how the transaction need to be created from that screen, and then later you will realize the benefit of adopting the Redwood. Like instead of moving a lot of navigation and a lot of clicks, the new page, the large impact page, will be help you to complete the transaction with a fewer click. And as we've seen, a lot of AI features has been enabled. Almost 70 to 80 agents has been introduced in SEM. That 59 AI agents and 20 generative and 6 agentic apps has been introduced so far. I have mentioned about the Oracle roadmap in the first slide. So this is where we stands with Oracle roadmap. Oracle has started introducing the Redwood starting from I think even from 2020A for CX, but it was focused mostly on the CX for all these years. And from SEM perspective, all those Redwood pages has been started introducing from 2025A. So if you see the first line, the supply registration has been, the first one to move to the Redwood. It was on 25A, and then it released in 25B. We got inventory and costing. In 26C, the procurement sales services, then quality, manufacturing, and in 26B and 26C, we have the most of the modules like maintenance, logistics, the supply chain, order management, the supplier qualification, and the supply qualification will still go for till 26C and 26D. So the red color highlighted box on 27A is the deadline where Oracle mentioned unofficially in Oracle community and in Oracle forums that this is where Oracle recommend us to adopt all the SE modules to Redwood before this 27A, right? So far, even the some of you already using the inventory or the procurement or order management, and if you are still using the classical page till 27A, there will not be any problem. But after 27A, what is the risk of not moving to the Redwood is that the classical page may not get the bug fixes or the security updates after this 27A. That's the Oracle statement from Oracle official forums. And missing deadlines may trigger the automatic Redwood activation for some pages or some modules, but we are not sure about that. But it may happen for some of the pages and some of the modules. And the innovations, like what we have seen, the innovations like the KPIs, the AI agents, and um, mm, and the modern pages, those innovations, you'll miss out those innovations in your pages, in your applications. And in case if you are having um, more than one operating unit, and then if you are going for a Redwood for a single operating unit, there also, it creates more complexity in those scenarios. So we need to consider those where is our footprint is, and what kind of applications and business process we are following now. Based on that, we need to plan and align our plan to the Oracle roadmap, and then start our Redwood journey from now onwards based on this roadmap plan. Yeah. I don't know if I get any questions. Maybe like I'll just continue for now. I'll take the questions after my completion of the slides. Yeah. So this is our NexInfo adoption strategy. We have done so many Redwood transformation for our existing customers or for the new customers as well. So we start with the prerequisites. We work with the customers and identify what are all the modules they are using, what kind of business process they are following now, how many operating units, how many legal entities they have, and what are the pages they have now, and what is applicable for the Redwood. So far, Oracle is released. With that, what all the pages is applicable for now. And we'll do the impact assessment from both functional and technical aspect, and we'll prepare a plan, which of course will be aligned with the Oracle roadmap. And then we'll start doing the enablement. Of course, after aligning with the business team, we'll start doing the enablement. Like we'll identify the profile options and the ESG jobs to be to run as part of this enablement process, and we'll execute it. and then there'll be some development process, like for example, you might have some notifications or dashboards or some KPIs, or there might be some custom VBCS form or Apex form. So we'll identify what are the custom components that was impacted with this Redwood migration, and we might need to redevelop those components, and then we will create the document for the functional technical migration, and we'll migrate it. So till the phase 5, it's all our responsibility. Like, we'll work with you, we'll try to understand the process from you, and we'll identify the pages, and we'll enable, deploy, and migrate to the higher environment. And from phase number 6, where we start involving the business users, where we will uh, work with them and understand what are all the SOP documents or any of the training documents that need to be updated. Accordingly, we will update them. We will train the users for the changes happen from classical to Redwood, confined to the only those changes, and then we will involve them in the testing process, and then we'll prepare for the cutover activities, and then we'll go live and go for the hypercare. So as I said, the NexInfo take care of the project management, solution design, configuration, testing, deployment, and adoption and continuous values. Where the user involved is only in attending the training, test the UAT scenarios, just log the results and sign off. So now, before we have seen what approach we follow for adopting the Redwood for any of the business case. So before we start the Redwood adoption process, what is the important prerequisites um, we need to understand, or we need to aware of, right? So the first one is the platform. So we need to understand and aware where is the quarterly release, and what kind of quarterly release and the process we follow, and what all the environment we have, and where we are going to enable this Redwood, and what are all the browsers versions we already use. In Redwood, there are some browser versions are not really compatible. So all these things need to be considered before we start our Redwood adoption. And once we complete the initial analysis of what are the modules we have, what are the business process, what kind of um, what kind of process we follow, we need to list down the modules, the rollout alignment to the business calendar, and also we need to align the Oracle release dates. We need, with all this consideration, we need to prepare our project plan, align that with the business team, and then go to the next step, is the functional readiness, where we should go through the complete process. This is in little in detail. Like, we should go the process in little in detail, and understand what process to keep, what process to extend, what process to retire, and based on that, we'll prepare the list of items and align with the business, and the decision will be made based on that. The same way for the technical as well. We need to list down all those extensions, integrations, VBCS, or any other security impact, or the role-based access informations also need to be considered, and prepare the list for the next phase of development. And as we've seen, the new KPIs, the new functionality comes along with the Redwood, or the AI, which we need to list down what are all the AI which will give the real business benefit to the business. For those modules, will identify and align with the business, which one to enable, which one to keep it for the future, and based on that, we will add that our project plan, and we can take that forward. And finally, what is our testing and adoption plan? Like, when is the business is ready to start doing the testing, and what kind of uh, user manual they need, what kind of training they need, and what kind of test scripts we need to include, and what are all the quarterly test scripts they are already following, and what needs to be added, uh, what the test scripts need to be taken from that quarter release and need to be added in our Redwood adoption test scripts. So those things need to be considered and prepare our prerequisites and prepare the project plan and then get ready for the next phase. Let's move to the impact assessment. What we do actually in our impact assessment. We have already seen some of this item in our previous slides, but I'm going little detail in this page where in the page and US impact user sorry user interface impact will identify what is the exact navigation. It changes from classical to new pages, and is there any change in the field behavior? Is there any smart defaults or guidance added as part of the new Redwood pages? So we'll list down and we'll understand what it really impact with the business in the current process. The same way, we'll go through the complete end-to-end process. In the end-to-end process, if there is any um, process which is impacted by this Redwood, maybe the workflow or any other custom process, we'll understand that and we'll also add that into our in our business process and testing. And is there any process simplification happened because of this Redwood? And we'll add them. The same way, from the personalization and extension as well, we'll identify what are all the page composer changes, field visibility, review changes, and any technical changes which we can simply migrate to the Redwood, which will work as it is, or any technical changes which need redevelopment from the scratch. The same way for the uh, integrations, REST APIs, role-based access control, or any other VBCS changes as well, need to go through the similar kind of impact assessment and come up with some our understanding. The new capabilities, like what are the new KPIs need to be enabled, whether it is really benefit to the business, what are the existing KPI that need to be rebuilt with the new design, those things we will assess. And also based on all this information, we'll come up with the gaps and workarounds. If there is any gaps from this above list, we need to understand what solution we need to propose, or in case if any standard bug or any gap in the product, we will work with the Oracle team and then we will get that workaround or fix to the new page. Of course, since all these are new pages, there will be some uh, minor bugs or gaps we have faced in the past. So this understanding this gap and workaround is really critical. Yeah, and then based on this all this impact assessment, we'll finally come up with our testing plan and also the training plan, and finally we'll start our execution process. So with this assessment, this is what we will come up with. We'll come up with the Redwood inventory and delta summary, and we'll prepare a before and after process change. We'll prepare a gap register and personalization extension impact analysis list, and what are all the VBCS in case if there is any new changes, new development effort needed, what will be the effort for that new development for VBCS, and any impact on the integration or the security validation. And we'll prepare a detailed project plan, effort, and timeline, and then it start execution. Hope so far we have seen what is Redwood, what is Oracle roadmap, and what is our approach from NexInfo, and what is our impact assessment plan. How do we do our impact assessment, and what we come up after impact assessment? What is our outcome from our impact assessment? So we have seen from no theoretical point of view, you have seen this is what we did. But let's take one business use case, and I'll start explaining what is their business process, what is their Oracle footprint, and how we approached them, and how we prepared the initial impact assessment, and what we came up with, what is the project plan, or what is uh, the Redwood transformation plan we came up with, and then how we executed, and what are the challenges we faced. Yeah, so we have implemented this Oracle Redwood to one of you know a medical customer in based out of US. They have footprint across SEM, financials, even the EPM, CX as well. But our scope is with SEM and ERP. So they have the procurement, PLM, planning, order management, inventory, manufacturing, supply chain, and finance. So since the procurement is the little mature product from the Redwood perspective, uh, it released almost 1.5 2 years back. So there is no major gap we found in the recent past. So we suggested to go to start with the procurement, and then in alignment with their other project plan, and also with the Oracle roadmap, Redwood roadmap, we have suggested to go next is the PLM, planning and order management, and the third phase is the inventory and manufacturing, which they got quite a bit of extension and complex process involved in the current business. So we wanted to take that as a third. By the time all the inventory pages will be in Redwood, and all the bugs, hopefully all the bugs will be fixed in the from Oracle. Uh, so when we take that in January 2027, the inventory will be little matured, and we'll start implementing them. And then later, after 2027 March, we can start planning for the finance. For finance, I think we have not yet, Oracle has not yet released any Redwood plan so far. The simple update from them is that we'll start getting the Redwood adoption plan for finance starting from 2027 year. So I'm going little in detail for procurement. So since business is working on other parallel projects, and they have some critical business process to take care, we don't want to go the procurement adoption, uh, aggressively. So we wanted to go with the phase by phase. So we selected a few procurement sub process for the first phase, and the other remaining sub process, which is non-transactional sub process, in the second phase, so that the adoption for the users will be gradual, and they'll start realizing the business benefits from the Redwood gradually. And this is the impact assessment we have given to them in the right side. Like for each SE module, what are the Redwood page it impact specific to them, and what is the total impact. And also for procurement was in the phase one, the inventory manufacturing of the phase two, and and the remaining of the phase three. And we also identified what are all the different AI agents which is available for these modules for each phase. And of course, we are not recommending to enable all this an AI agent, Gen AI, in their system at the first place. So we have identified the most important, the most impact AI for each of the business space. We enable only those agents, and then you know uh, when we are moving forward to the next phase, when the business users started using the applications or the new page with ease, then we suggested to go for the next agents, which is in the which are all in the priority two. Yeah, as I said, we have given this plan for the procurement, the process requirements, the process purchase orders, the KPI visualizations, all we suggested them to go for the phase one. And for the phase two, we suggested for landing page notifications and the supplier management. Right, when we have started doing the procurement plan, all those the items which is there on the right side are not uh, the Redwood pages were not released for those items, so we kept that aside for next phases. But the most important business pages, the business transaction pages and the master pages are already covered, which should cover the 95% of the day-to-day process. Yeah. Yeah. So, as I already covered in previous slides, uh, there is a general opinion that um, adopting to the Redwood from Classic to the Redwood is just since it is Oracle standard pages and it is just a profile option enablement, there is no major work for the support team or any other consultants. It's not 100% true. So there is a considerable amount of functional and technical activity before we enable that Redwood. So I've just highlighted a few items here, how we enable this Redwood, especially for this procurement. So we identify the process, we understand where it exactly impacted, and we identify what all the profile option need to be enabled. Not just the profile option, the opt-in plus setup, the security adjustments, the service request required where there is a gap, and the setup where the new setup need to be enabled for the AI kind of new features, and what are all the method or way to or step that need to be enabled. And the same way, after identification, just to enable those profile and setups or the opt-in features, and then if you are coming to the technical items, as we said, like we need to either create or update the existing ODBI reports, configure the metrics or data visualization, enable those Redwood core module landing pages into the system. And if there is any custom role, of course, we need to take care of all these KPIs, the configuration layout, and the role-based access, the custom role-based UIs, and the AI enablement. For all those things, we need to again revisit the role-based access control for these pages, and those RBAC has to be applied for all these items. And once all this activity complete, we need to run the ESS jobs, which will create the index definition and perform the ingest to the OACS, and then finally we'll create the enablement of AI agent, which is again a separate setups to enable them and adding them into the landing pages. Finally, there will be some changes in the notification as well. If there is any customization in the notification, again we need to revisit and redevelop in some cases, and in some places we need to rename or re-enable the layout after the changes we made in the pages. Finally, if there is any custom pages or any personalization or any extension or any OAC integrated with the standard pages or custom pages, that again we need to redevelop or update based on the new Redwood APIs, and that need to be deployed again. Yeah. So from here, I would like to highlight what changes happen from Classic to Redwood from that business case. So we have the process requisition, and we have the dashboards, right? So if you see the classical pages to the Redwood pages, you might see the similar information, but in the top you can see the important KPIs has been introduced, where the business can see those KPI information and they can quickly take the decision instead of going to the some other pages and run the report and understand the overall count. Oracle, included those information in the transaction page itself, and then it reduced the effort of moving from one page to another page. The same way, the dashboard and the landing pages, if you see in the classical pages, you have seen some dashboards are there, but it's now enhanced and improved uh, for the for the business users to quickly understand the information before they get start their day with their transactions. Yeah, in some cases, I was repeating in few slides that Oracle has reduced some of their clicks into the pages, but in some cases, uh, in addition to the clicks, reducing the clicks, there are some changes happen in the way you are transacting your transactions. Right? Since, for example, here, so in the classical EA pages, from multiple screens to navigate from a PR to PO flow, right? And there are separate pages for supplier portal, PO search, agreements. Now all you can do that from the single page. Instead of going to the multi-page, you just click the KPI and it will give the informations. There were no embedded KPIs on the landing page. Now it is embedded. The customized notification from the classical layout is not there now, and the manual OTB reporting for buyer metrics is also now is slightly changed in the OTB visualizations. Now here in new Redwood, it is unified purchasing landing page with configurable KPIs, new supplier portal home with self-service registration, inline PO creation and search from a single Redwood page, and we have a GenAI enabled with the in the transaction page in both the requisition and purchase order. It will give the summarization of the PO, and you can quickly take decision either approve or reject. In the same way, the OTP visualization has been embedded with the transaction page, from where you don't need to go to the report and understand the results. You can just see the visualization from the transaction page itself. Okay, now let's move to an important topic. So far, we have seen what is Redwood, what it offers, and how that's need to be enabled, and what the business benefit it really gives to the business. But from business perspective, uh, if they are creating the transactions, either purchase order or the requisition, and just send that for approval. And once the approval is received, they'll just process to the next stage. For now, I think they might not needed any AI for the day-to-day business process, but in these case, when the user doesn't need any major business process change, how to adopt these changes, these new changes from the Redwood to those business users, where their day-to-day business process is their primary focus. How to take this new changes to their end users, right? So we always believe in having awareness, making this awareness to the end business users, like understanding this Redwood UI changes in each module and each page, and how it really impact or how it really benefit to the business users, where it all pivot, right? The same way, we'll also update the document where it clearly highlight how the business process can be improved or simplified, or what business benefit it give, and that communication will be shared with the business users. And also, we will review, validate the Redwood-based journeys, and will make them comfortable start using these Redwood pages. And then initially, of course, there will be some hiccups, or there'll be some challenges for few users. But once they start using that, of course, they will not come back to the classical page, because this page, they'll realize the benefit, and they'll start adapting to the benefits what Redwood offers. Yeah. So what are the lessons learned from the business use case? What we have seen is, the Redwood adoption is not just the UI. It's not just a UI change. It more than UI. It create a lot of impact on the business process, technical architecture, and integrations. It simplify the process flow. It gives the enhanced features in reporting as well. And the early readiness is most critical. Like Oracle has started releasing the procurement starting from 23, 24, and the deadline is of 27A. So instead of waiting till at the last minute, we should go with the Oracle roadmap and start with the early readiness, with all this reviewing all the customization, what are the business process we in the business we follow, and what are the gaps it will create when we adopt to the Redwood. So those early readiness will be critical for us to start the project. And validation is really essential. Like once we complete the um, changes, that test the customization in the sandboxes, and validate the custom roles, and do the regression testing, and align your regression testing with your quarterly uh, test release, is also a important alignment. And phased rollout works best. Instead of going all big bang Redwood migration, phased approach will be better, um, so that business will get time to adopt for the one module, and they can slowly move to the next module when they come for the next quarter. As I said, user adoption is really key for this transformation journey. So we need to conduct a pilot program with the early adopter groups, with the champion team, with this early adopter groups. We need to uh, share that adoption process to the end users, so that the adoption will be smooth, and also it will be a successful transformation. Often we underestimate the testing. Since the functional and the technical changes are less, we often underestimate the testing process. So we need to have the comprehensive testing in alignment with our quarterly release testing process. And go AI plus Redwood together, right? So instead of going Redwood first and then AI later, um, start some of the most important, most impacted AI process at the first place, and then once the business adapt to the Redwood pages, later we can start enabling some of the priority to AI process into the business. Yeah, the key takeaway from the sessions is this Redwood is what value this Redwood brings, right? It modern, consistent, it increase the efficiency, it comes up with embedded insights and guidance. There are a lot of KPIs and dashboards has been introduced, and Oracle is shifting the Fusion application towards AI with this Redwood transformation. So it involves a lot of automations. It introduced with a lot of Gen AI agents and agentic apps, and it we move from conversational to the contextual experience. So start small with this AI shift and scale strategically. And also, this Redwood adoption will make sure that we are in alignment with the Oracle direction. So Redwood plus AI is the fusion direction. So let's start now and let align with the Oracle roadmap and let uh, transform our business to the next level and let take the business benefit and the return of investment as well. That's all I have. Pat, can you take it from here and we can take the questions from here?
There is a question. Roadmap seems to indicate that Redwood would be implemented through quarterly release process. Can you confirm that Redwood is effectively installed in the quarterly releases that are implemented already?
There are some features are released by Oracle with the quarter release as well, but those are all a minor feature. Like it's not as we've seen in one of the slide where a big impact, small impact, those kind of things, right? So Oracle releasing those small impact features along with the Oracle quarter releases, but for that you don't need to manually enable any profile options or any setups. That will come along with the release updates. But for the real Redwood transformation, you have to go through this process, like identifying the pages, identify the profile options and technical changes, enable them manually, develop them manually, and deploy them. So Redwood transformation happen through this process, but the Redwood features coming along with the quarter release will not needed any functional changes. Yeah.
So, Ty Gillies, did that answer your question? Okay, I'll go ahead and open it up to any other questions. Does anyone else have any questions? We are at the top of the hours, but before we go, what I'd like to do is we do have an exclusive webinar offer here. If you found this information useful and want to do a readiness assessment of your own systems to see if it makes sense for you to go down this path and start adoption of the Redwood user interface, we are offering a 1 day free assessment where our supply chain team and others will come in and do an assessment for you and determine where you're at on that journey and determine the amount of time and effort it would take to do that. Again, we would conduct that and it would be completely free to you for any of the webinar participants today. Additionally, our CIO is also offering a free bottle of wine sent to your address. So, a fine California bottle of wine if that's something that you would like to do only for our webinar participants. If you are interested in this, please contact myself or Vimal, and we'll make sure that we get that scheduled for you and you get your free bottle of wine. And then anything else, any other last questions? Because we are at the top of the hour. Very good. Thank you very much for all that participated. We greatly appreciate your time. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you. Have a great day.